Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 438. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to the Moviecast 438. Oh, we had a extensive conversation tonight. We actually started backwards with our Gamecast. So we had a nice extensive conversation about the new Google streaming platform coming soon. Service, thank you. So if you want to hear the Gamecast, check that out today, tomorrow, or wherever you're listening to this. I hope you like that. Tonight we're going to be talking some news on the Moviecast, and then we're going to we're building you guys a list, and I think we're going to start next week. It's going to start next week. Marvel hype for Endgame. So we're going to be doing like Marvel topics going through here. A couple of previews here. We're going to have our top 5 Marvel movies, top 5 Marvel characters, our future thoughts on Endgame. I think that might be the one we do next week. Maybe, I don't know. Well, maybe that's the week before, actually. Let's see. We'll figure this out. And we have a couple more that we're talking about doing. So that's just a little preview of the topics coming up. Tonight we're just going to go through news and then put a bow on it. So let's get kicking off with the box office and talk about Marvel, because Captain Marvel was number 1 at the box office for the second week in a row, bringing in 68 million. So it was a 55.7 drop.
Really good hold. That is a really good hold.
It's good. They were hoping for more, I think but they're still looking at this is breaking $1 billion. I think there's no doubt about that now. It's at 729 worldwide, 729 million worldwide right now. And so it should actually break $1 billion by, I don't think it's next week, but I think it's the week after.
Yeah,
it'll break $1 billion. So look for that. They're not sure about the holds next week here. They're looking at release of the Get Out director, Jordan Peele.
Us.
Yeah, Us. That's coming out, and they're looking at that opening around 50, and that should take a lot of money away from Captain Marvel this week.
Yeah, but I mean, even if it had like a 60% drop off, which I would expect around that. I mean, it's still a decent chunk of change. Plus, it's actually doing well on the dailies too.
Sure.
Like yesterday, it did 5.2 million, which is freaking ridiculous for a Monday.
Absolutely. That's the thing. Like what's it? 267 domestic right now.
270.
270, yeah, 270 domestic right now. I mean, it's doing great. I mean, it's doing really well. It's an absolute success. So Marvel did well with this movie. It's a good movie. It's I had some
really wanted this character on screen.
Yeah, I think the character is interesting. I don't know much about the character, so I think the character is interesting for me in that aspect, because I was like, okay, this is something new, and now what's happened is, because Marvel has been bringing me these new characters and doing well with them, it got me more interested in this character, because I'm like, I want to see what they're going to do with this, and let me see how they're going to introduce me to this character, because I loved Guardians. Doctor Strange, yeah, that was okay, I guess.
Origin movies are hard, I think.
But Ant-Man was fun. That was really, I really enjoyed that movie. So introduced me to characters
Iron Man,
yeah, I mean that's the
thing. Marvel built a brand now. Where
Black Panther,
and I think we can safely say now at this point that pretty much everything they do is just gold right now.
I think
just varying degrees of gold. But this is what they did. Again, I've said this before. It's like they made this palace out of like B and C list franchises. It's just like, Iron Man, Captain America is just like, okay.
Well, we licensed out all of our big stars, so we got to do something with what we have. We'll just make this little Iron Man movie and
see how it goes.
Like what? Like, this universe seems good. Let's throw in these other characters and make them a team. And hey, look at that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a brand where it's. I want to say that it has penetrated the cultural. Zeitgeist, where it's just like, you just have to see these movies. You have to talk about them. It's just like the water cooler, aspect at work and stuff like that, because it's an event. These are literally events every time they come out with one now.
Yeah. So I mean, it's doing really well. We'll see how it continues with this new movies coming out, and we'll see if it gets better hold, like a resurgence. I'm sorry, how about a resurgence like Black Panther got when Infinity War came out. Let's see if it does that with Endgame too. Mike, you were talking about that. We don't know what exactly it's going to do when Endgame comes out. It could just be off the planet, like done, or it could be.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing is because
it'll go up again. It'll go up again because
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be sold out shows and just like, well, we could see this other Marvel movie.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
make
mean,
a weekend of it.
But I would figure if you have people that didn't see Captain Marvel, go see Endgame, see the character, and be like, "Holy shit, that character was awesome!" It's like, oh wait, that
actually
the movie's in theaters. Let's go see the movie in theaters now.
I know of a couple people who have asked me, like, should I, like Mike, you asked the same question, which movie should I see? Yeah. But the other person just asked me, like, should I see this movie before I see Endgame? And I'm like, you don't know anything about the character. I'm pretty certain you'll be fine watching Endgame, but you might want to see it. And he's like, well, I'll probably watch it like that same weekend.
See
like,
for me, like, I remember the last time there was like no real reason to watch Black Panther before Infinity War. That was not a problem at all. So I just wonder if it's going to be similar here.
It should be similar. Like it shouldn't.
That view, I think, then there's no reason. Like, but I feel like the Endgame movies, there's a lot of quantum stuff going to be happening in Endgame. I feel like.
See, the thing is, like, Mike, it's
characters going to be all over.
Mike, it's good storytelling. Like, like if I jump in on a third part of something, if it's a movie, I should still understand what's going on in the story without seeing the other two movies. Like if it's a good storytelling,
it's like books too. Like they do recap throughout the story.
And they don't probably have to recap this because of how everybody's got their own small part at Endgame, and there's so many characters.
Like, I'm not saying like, previously on, but like they, they'll talk about something and they'll explain what it is to you again. Because,
but the scrolls are going to be throughout I think the whole thing. So we'll see. But Wonder Park was number 2, 5 Feet Apart was 3, How to Train Your Dragon was 4, and Tyler Perry somehow made it to number 5 still. In a lower box office, except for Captain Marvel. Dumbo opens. Wait. Is that? Oh, it's not. No, this week is Us. Next week is Dumbo. And then the real surprise hit of the spring. I promise you I'm not plugging this movie because I know somebody in it, but go see Beach Bum. Matthew McConaughey's movie with Snoop Dogg. May or may not have a friend in that movie. But it comes out in the 20th. I
got invited to Rick's birthday party and I was like, wait, and we're going to go watch, and there's something about Beach Bum in there? It's like,
we're going to see Beach Bum the movie because they're happen to know somebody. But anyway, so Dumbo opens on the 29th. But all right, that's your box office. Let's get into some news. Hang on. I had the news open and then I kind of fell into we have an issue we're dealing with during this podcast. So I had a whole other windows open. All right. I don't know if I want to start off with I'm not starting off with that. Sorry guys. I was gonna start off with bad.
You want to do what we've been up to or you want to do news?
Let's start off with what we've been up to. Good call. What we've been watching. The best thing for me to start off with this, the only thing I really need to talk about of note is I've watched The Expanse.
Finally,
Corey, your statement last week was just so like matter of fact. It was just like I'm like, okay, I need to do this. Am I right? I've watched 3 episodes. Am I right in getting the vibe of like Blade Runner meets Battlestar Galactica? Is that kind of that's the vibe I'm getting with this? Like it feels like, I mean, it's not like Alien based with Battlestar Galactica, but for some reason I'm getting that vibe with it. I think it's just because of the way the ships are, but I'm getting Blade Runner vibes from it, definitely. So I don't know. I always get Blade Runner vibes from it. But.
It's just good sci-fi. It's probably some of the best sci-fi. It pulls from all different stuff.
I just get those 2 are the ones I got. I mean, I've only got 3 episodes in, so nice. I didn't know Thomas Jane was in this.
Yeah,
Thomas Jane's great. I like Thomas Jane. So, yeah,
awesome. I'm very curious to see because like. Definitely, it builds up and then it just goes, and you're like, "Oh shit, this is crazy stuff that's happening here with the proto molecule."
So all right, but that's really it. That's all I really of note for me. So Corey, what have you been watching?
Well, I mean, there's a Ben Affleck movie on Netflix, so I had to watch that.
Oh yeah, the Netflix one, right? How was that?
This is interesting. It's definitely very generic. Like good performances, but like it wasn't really capturing me in the beginning too much. It's just like, well, the generic style. Like, oh, these guys are kind of was it? They've done their share of missions and stuff, and now they have an opportunity to go on this one mission that can net them millions and millions of dollars if they just don't tell anybody, kind of thing, and to go off on their own adventure. And so it's just like, I kind of feel like I've seen this before, but the performances were good and the action sequences were fine. So it was fine. Like, it didn't blow me away, which I was kind of hoping it would be better than it was, but it was just a fine movie, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
The other thing I've been watching a lot of is Schitt's Creek, which is
that's a real title.
It's a thing.
yeah. It's the title. It's Schitt's Creek, which is like SCHITT, and it's about a family who's like super wealthy, like Hamptons, Bel Air, like 500 millions of like dollars and stuff, and their accountant steals it all, and so they have to go live in a town called Schitt's Creek, which is basically what you think it is, like a middle of nowhere, like population like 400 people or something, farms and stuff, and it's just them trying to live in that situation after growing up and being so used to having a certain lifestyle, having to live in this kind of lifestyle. And it's a single camera comedy, half-hour episodes, so really very digestible and consumable there. But it's hilarious. Eugene Levy is the dad, who's the American dad, the guy with the eyebrows.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, he is, and his son is his real life son is in it as his son. And they created it together. But it's hilarious. So I'd highly recommend it. I think there's 4 seasons on Netflix already. So
cool,
it's good stuff.
Tony,
let's see. Watched The Departed.
Oh, nice.
Rewatch.
Have you seen that before? Or
No, I've seen it before. Girlfriend had
seen the original thing that's based off of.
No.
Oh, okay. It's based off of a Chinese film, Infernal Affairs.
Oh, really? I'll have to watch that then.
That's really good. It's like 3 of them, I think.
Because The Departed was just so good. It was just like, I love that game of like cat and mouse and cat. It's like, which one are you and stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't know, those types of movies. I'm actually trying to think of more like that, where just kind of like there's like an intricate plot or characters that go along with that. Because like we're on that string where it's like Matrix, Inception, Departed, there's stuff like that. Where I'm just like trying to think of good ones to tell like that. But that's about it for me.
All right. No, but you guys didn't watch Love, Death, and Robots yet?
I wanted to. I hear it's like the new heavy metal.
I keep getting it recommended
on Matrix. Like that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. I don't know. Netflix is shoving.
There is a short on there that reminds me of Borderlands, so I was gonna.
Yeah, there's like 13 different shows, right?
Shorts,
shorts. Yeah, just like a compilation.
Yeah. So, all right, Mike.
Ashley's been on a retro kick, so we watched 7 Year Itch with Marilyn Monroe. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing to talk about.
I was thinking retro. I was thinking like Friends.
Yeah.
No.
We're going further back.
1957 or something. 59. I don't know. Maybe it was 60. Yeah. Marilyn Monroe.
All right. All right. Let's get into some news here. What do we got? Diablo. Let's talk about Netflix. There's a new trademark from Blizzard hinting at that series becoming a reality on Netflix. Nice. So that's sorry, I'm getting texts. And now I'm interrupted because of
Diablo.
Sorry, yes, Diablo. So there's trademarks being filed about it being on Netflix. I really think this show is going to show up this year on Netflix. I think it's going to be announced and coming out. So yeah, I see it happening. Like it just too much. When there's smoke, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Around BlizzCon, you think, or before?
I think BlizzCon is where I think they announce it. And
are we having BlizzCon this year?
Good point.
I don't think we are. They literally have no products.
Yeah,
no new releases.
Well, they have a Netflix show and the mobile game.
Diablo 4 somewhere.
The mobile game.
And you got to have like your Hearthstone World Championships, and
they said that there was going to they have to announce Diablo 4 this year. They have to. Oh, okay. All right. I think so, but
yeah, I think you're still gonna have BlizzCon.
I think so. Let's see. This was weird news I saw. Apparently, the producer from Transformers: The Last Night says there is a sequel being developed now. Didn't we just talk about their like? Bumblebee?
No, whoever he is, he's fucking dumb. He doesn't know shit.
Because we just had a conversation about Bumblebee being the starting point now from this new universe, like a reboot, a soft reboot. And they are making a sequel to Bumblebee, but they said they're also working on a sequel to The Last Night.
Yeah. No, there's no way. No, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just looking for another job. So
okay,
I don't even know who it is, but like they just announced at New York Toy Fair. Wow, that was weird to say. That they were going ahead because of Bumblebee's success. That they're going ahead and just saying, "Yep, it's a reboot now, and we're just going full throttle with that." So why would you fucking make another movie, a sequel to Last Night? Like,
I don't know. Yeah,
exactly.
So all right, let's see what's
I thought that was weird. Like, because he specifically said Optimus would be in both the Bumblebee reboot and this Last Night. It's like, what?
Supposedly the one movie is like Bumblebee 2, and the other movie is like it might be just be called like Optimus Prime or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. James Gunn news. We have 2 things for James Gunn this week.
Winner, chicken dinner.
I mean, the first thing obviously is, the biggest news is that Suicide Squad's a total reboot.
Right. Yep. I mean that was like nobody saw that coming.
No, we talked about it last week, and I'm not shocked from this. Will be a total reboot. Second best news is the fact that now he's apparently back at Marvel, 100% rehired to work on Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which they had never actually reached out to find somebody to replace him ever. Does that seem weird? Like, it just seems the whole story.
This is one of the scenarios I had outlined when we talked about this. I was like, it could be like, and this relationship is done, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, it could just be like, they're like, hey, we just need to do this for now, save face, and just like kind of like let this blow over.
How stupid it was too. Like, it's like these are old, and it's like he's already talked about them, and they already knew about them. It's like
you put them right out there, yeah. And now it's like, and then they had to fire him, yeah. So, I mean, they're working with Warner Brothers. They're working with Warner Brothers actually to let James Gunn will do the Suicide Squad reboot. It will not. They're not going to start Guardians before that's finished. They're not going to rush him through it. And he said he's not going to rush through Suicide Squad's reboot. So that's still going to get its treatment. So they're going to wait. And
maybe it's a 4-dimensional plan, like where it's like we're gonna fire James Gunn, so we know Warner Brothers will try to poach him, and then when they hire him for a movie, he could just like purposely sabotage it and make it even worse.
Oh, it's like that.
4-dimensional chess.
Yeah, it is. Right. They're on like 6th dimension chess. Yeah. That's really what they're at. But
because they need help, they need help.
So yeah, they clearly they wanted to spy in over at DC. It's good news. I mean, James Gunn, like I said, they shouldn't. I think they overreacted to begin with. Does this bring back? Doesn't somebody else lost their job, like a Darth Vader comic book writer or something like that they fired also for the same reasons that
it wasn't the same reasons. I don't think
I thought it was the same reasons.
I mean, it's similar. He said stuff that was like off color, and they're just like bye. But yeah. I don't know what he said. Or
I don't know what I don't remember. I thought it was similar things, but it's good for James Gunn though.
But yeah, that guy doesn't have the sway. I don't think that James Gunn has. So
I'm sure Batista's probably pretty happy. So
he's gonna be in both.
He's gonna be in both twice.
Yeah, he's getting 2 paychecks. Maybe this is a conspiracy from Batista the entire time.
He's like 7-dimensional chess.
Drax is in the 7th dimension chess. He is dropping like, oh, if I get 2 paychecks, I get more money, and I can work on both franchises. Oh man, yeah.
And WWE's paying him too. So.
And now WWE, yes. So yeah, good for him. All right, last bit of news is the last bit. There's 2 pieces of Warner Brothers news here. One of them is not a good thing for Warner. Actually, neither of them are good things for Warner Brothers. One of them is the Warner Brothers studio chief, Kevin Sugihara, is officially stepping down after a sexual misconduct investigation, which was supposed to be bogus to begin with, but he's stepping down and pretty fast here from the situation. So yeah, it doesn't look good for them. not good for him, I mean, on the situation. And apparently there's text messages and a lot of visual evidence of this happening. So,
well, this had broken a couple years ago, the news of it, but it was dismissed. But now, whoever, the actress in question apparently is just like, yep, fuck it, like, just here you go, here's the text messages, and just like, it's like, we'll go with it.
Yeah. So, he's stepping up
too, because it's like I don't know. And this is, I think we mentioned it before. Like, this is one of the cedar aspects of Hollywood, which is like the casting couch is a thing. Because, like, look, Kevin's not going to be the first or last guy that is going to, use his position to take advantage of an aspiring actor or actress. And it's like, whatever. But it's like, he did all the shit and like put her in 2 really shitty movies. It's like, bro, like, Warner, like, just put her in anything. What is your problem? Like, you're committing this huge act, and it's like you're just not going to follow through. Like, why even risk it at that point? Then, if you're going to be that like dumb about it, I don't know. Just whatever. This is the guy that rushed Justice League, like laid out the plans for the DCEU. Just fuck him. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
I think it's better off in the long run.
I was going to say it's like good riddance right now. It's like, what has Warner Brothers done that's been any good since Harry Potter? Like, franchise-wise.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, first of all, the guy's a scumbag. Fuck you. Second of all, it's like, you've done shit for us, so fuck you twice. Like, get out of here.
Yeah. I don't know. You're right. I'm also reading ahead here for this thing. Sorry. The rumor about this, there's the last bit of Warner Brothers news we have here is the continuing my and Tony's. I'll give you the same thing. Fact that listen, 100% the entire time was with you. 100% this universe was getting rebooted. Ezra Miller now seems to be next on the chopping block in terms of getting recast. Now this whole detail spun from the fact that he's offering to write his own script.
In
order to save his job, because he doesn't like see eye to eye with the current script that's there.
I mean, this guy seemed to be the most enthusiastic about like the character and like playing the character, and he seemed to be like having fun with it. It's like
enjoying the role.
Yeah, it's like, and like being out there. I think that Jason Momoa as well is having fun with it as well. But like, when you see Ezra Miller talk about and just be so excited about this and stuff, and like,
you can just know he's a fan.
It's like, it's so. I don't know.
The thing is, I think this might actually happen more for him because he doesn't have like the built-in ego as far as writing or producing or directing that Affleck would. So
he has to deliver a script that's better than what they have right now by May.
Better
by May. No, because if they don't
care about that, I don't understand like why it's just so weird. Like, to save his job, he has to write the script.
Not to save his job, no.
This needs to be a movie in and of itself.
You're missing the point. He doesn't like the current script, and he said he doesn't want to work on that part with that movie and let him write his own script. So now, if the studio gets the script, apparently it's reported that they will just recast if he doesn't provide a script that they like, and they're just going to go with what they have. So,
I guess if you want like to see if in his opinion, I could understand like, oh, this is gonna be a shitty Flash movie, I don't want to be a part of it. Then yeah, I could see like, fine, recast somebody.
Yeah, and now apparently his contract expires in May. I thought it was a movie amount contract. It's a time limit. So he's not under contract in May. So
he's been in 2 movies now.
Yeah. So they don't have to re-sign his contract like they just did with Will Smith, obviously with Deadshot. So
yeah, it's really weird. It's like this. DCEU is
it's just crumbling.
It's crumbling.
Yeah, it's crumbling.
I don't even know how you can say it's crumbling. It's never even got off the ground.
Well, because they built walls. They tried to build a foundation. That's all. It was a house of cards.
No, but like, you can't even say that it actually got off the ground at all, really, right? Like, in all honesty, like, they took something like, oh, we're gonna do this Superman movie based in like a Nolan style Batman universe, and like we're gonna try to build a universe off of this, and then just not do it. It's like so weird.
Yeah.
Well, then you have and then we could also talk about
Anthem's like doing the same exact thing, like looking at like, hey, this is the formula that works. Let's try to do this, and then nope, we're not doing it at all. We're gonna make all the same mistakes or make new mistakes, and it's just so weird.
Yeah, and then we can also talk about how they're saying Wonder Woman 1984 is suddenly not a sequel now. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. That was the weirdest.
Chris Pine in it, so it's like, well, it's this alternate universe.
Yeah, maybe it's alternate universe. That's true. Where they have a different Batman and a different Superman and a different different Aquaman because they won't appear in the same movie. Yeah.
They are so appearing in a movie together. There's no chance they're not.
Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot.
They are the new pillars of this universe. Everything will be built around them.
And that's the other problem too, is like you're trying to reboot a universe, but you're also keeping
But they're not.
Margot,
like
and you're keeping
you're keeping
Jason
her, and you're also
Momoa, and you're keeping Gal Gadot.
They're doing it all halfway.
And it's like, well, we're gonna exactly.
In my opinion, it would be better to just follow through than if you're going to do it halfway. But they're not, because they're like, oh, people like that, people didn't like that, and they're picking and choosing. But it's going to be this weird mismatch.
It's like you have the Flashpoint paradox. Everybody changes.
And that's not going to happen in time.
With Zack Snyder, I mean, that was the problem. Because everything that he hasn't touched, well, he hasn't directed really, because he mostly was Justice League, has been fine.
Yeah, he hasn't. I mean, he had no hands on Aquaman or Wonder Woman. So, yeah,
fine.
You're right. There's a problem.
I think Shazam probably be fine.
And we'll see. We'll see. We're going. Hey, we're going. So, all right.
What is that this week?
April. We're going April 4th. Actually, that's my first Thursday movie in a while.
2 weeks from Thursday. Yeah.
So. All right.
And by the time you listen to this, the Fox and Disney merger will be.
That's right. Tomorrow. Think about the time. 12:02 a.m. As of 12:02 a.m. tomorrow, which is, by the time you hear this, it'll be done. Fox will cease to exist.
Well, it's not. That what it
I know.
Exist.
No, but, basically they're going to keep. They will keep things under that brand, but they're going to be realigning so many different things.
It's just.
The work
jobs. Disney's going to own everything.
There's going to be a lot of redundant jobs. There's going to be some job losses.
That was reported. There were like 3,000 or something, or maybe it was 300. There's quite a few jobs that are being lost with this merger.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's never fun.
That's what happens when companies merge.
That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Not to mention, I mean, at least with the movie aspect, I'm not really losing out on much.
They're blaming the failure. It's not even out yet. They're blaming Dark Phoenix failure on the I read an article about this today. The head right now that was doing that movie said that the movie was so jarbled that because of the merger, they didn't have any direction as to what they were supposed to do in terms of if they were keeping their job, if they were, should they make a trailer? They didn't know what they were supposed to do.
Should they make a trailer?
Yeah, they didn't even know that, so they just threw it together.
And if you watch the trailer, it's like, well, they tell you right off the bat they're killing Jennifer Lawrence. It's like, whoa, all right, well, could have saved that for the movie, but
he could have.
That could be their marketing plan. Jennifer Lawrence get killed in this movie.
And don't forget, everybody, it has been pretty much confirmed that any footage that you have seen in the Endgame trailer is probably bullshit. So,
they said, which is pretty interesting because that new trailer I thought it was a pretty good trailer. I liked most of it.
I agree.
We didn't talk about that. It was new.
Yeah. They said in that trailer, they said that Marvel gave the people to make the trailers 8 minutes of footage of the movie, which is almost a 3-hour movie. So you have 8 minutes of footage. This is all the footage you can use for these trailers. And then they had to come up with. That's why there's a lot of scenes from other movies because it's like we need to fill out this stuff because we don't have much.
Oh, that's fine. Because I mean, here's the thing: it's like so this actually broke the records that Infinity War set last year, which is crazy to think about because all last year we were just like, holy shit, that's a lot of views, like over 250 million in the 24 hours. But I mean, this is the thing: like you don't need to advertise this, you really don't.
We don't even really need a trailer
for it. Everybody else is doing it for them.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like the trailer. It seemed to tease a lot of things.
Definitely could speculate a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the callbacks to the earlier movies and stuff like that.
That's why they had to do that because they didn't have the footage.
Exactly.
It was an interesting way to do it. So
I like the new suits, I guess, or
the quantum. realm
space
suits.
time travel suits.
Yep,
Yeah.
space time travel suits. But it'd be cool. The tagline, whatever it takes, whatever it takes.
And it's funny how they there's a poster of Black Widow with red hair. They put a trailer out where she's got red hair in it because well, time's going to go all over the place here.
Oh, and the other thing that was funny too is like they brought back so many like old social media things to like tweet the trailer and stuff like that. Obviously, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. even did it, but like even like Agent Carter, that Twitter like started being active again. They're like tweeting the trailer. It's like
she's got a big part in the trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she does. Yeah. I think we'll see her in the movie too.
I mean, I think we're gonna get a lot of people in this movie like that you might not have thought about in a while.
Oh yeah, I'm personally banking on that. I mean,
Grant Ward.
I've never been so certain of something in my entire
Grant Ward. Grant's my boy.
Yeah,
that's how you can be with Sky now. If the universe is reset, he can be a good guy again.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see.
Dude, they just flash to like this like stuff from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 1. That would just like be amazing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
show real.
I even talked to a coworker today about how like it was. He saw Captain Marvel with his daughter, and he was saying how cool it was to like see Fury, like young Fury and Coulson. I was like, yeah, and I'm really hoping they bring Coulson comes back in Avengers and stuff like that. And it's like, well, if you think about it, like I mean, he was kind of like the catalyst for them even like forming. So it'd be like super like depressing or like maybe not depressed, but like super sad and disappointing if he wasn't in Endgame. Because it's like,
well, I think
enough time between filming his TV show.
I think he should be in Endgame. I think he will be. So, all right, that's going to wrap up the movie cast. Like I said, tune in next week. I think we'll start our topics for Endgame, which will be we'll pick one. We'll surprise you. So write us podcast at allgeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allgeek. Like us on Facebook, and if you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in. Excelsior.